To begin with, it was quite daunting.
There were barriers that made it harder. Obviously, the questioning, having a male doctor, feeling like you have to either lie or re-explain your sexuality to someone.
It's always very painful for me. It was just generally a bad experience until I got a good GP, a regular person that I can trust, and she knows me very well.
I think there's a lot of misconceptions about the fact that cervical screenings are only necessary for people in like heteronormative relationships. It's just if you've got a cervix, you need to get cervical screenings done.
I think people have an idea that if, say, you're only sleeping with members of the same sex, then you're not exposed to the same things. Like you don't have an HPV risk, you don't have an STI risk. That's not really true. You still have to look after your sexual health.
Now we've got options like self-collection, because it's just a swab right now. It's not a... Yeah.
I can't get over how small it is.
Yes, actually, this is so good.
You're telling me that this can just be the test and I don't have to ever experience a speculum again.
I would much prefer this one. This was really like deterring for me. I originally thought it was going to be made of metal and I thought it would be like 3 times the size. So I was really, really scared to get a screening. But if I had have known that I could do this option, I would have been like, oh, that's so easy.
It makes what are already uncomfortable experiences just that bit more comfortable for everyone involved.
And also there's a bit of pain involved in this. Less pain. Sounds really easy.
It's standardly seen as a test for women. Being able to self-test gives me the opportunity to do it without feeling like I have to explain everything about myself and just add that additional vulnerability to it, which I think is really awesome.
Choice is very important to me. If the choice is between no screening and self-screening, then self-screening is excellent. But for me, because I have so many other health risks, I get the screening with my doctor.
It feels empowering to know I have a choice. Have it done by someone else or do it myself.
Now it's just a small test that tends to not take up more than 30 minutes of your time once every 5 years. When you kind of put it into that context, it can really help minimize the concerns and second thoughts about getting that sort of testing done.
So you make an appointment with your GP or a clinic. You go in to do your cervical screening and you request a self-test. And then they give you this.
They will step out of the room so that you can then go behind a curtain, do the self-swab, and then it's done. Cervical screenings are for anyone with a cervix, regardless of gender or sexuality.
Anyone from 25 to 74 can do this.
And you get it done every 5 years.
It can be done as a self-test or it can be done with a GP.